Hello, my name is Kedar Adhikari. I'm a Faba bean breeder at the University of Sydney, um, based in Narrabri. We have been breeding Faba bean at Narrabri for the last 10 years, and we in that period we have released a number of varieties, and those varieties have been really accepted by farmers, and almost 100% of the faba bean crop in this region is under those new varieties. And the faba bean has constraints as other crops. The number one constraints in this region is rust disease, which is quite different from the cereal rust. It is Euromyces, a different fungus, but gives similar symptom as rust. That's why we call it rust. And anyway, so that is the major drawback in this region, and we are actively breeding for that. And other diseases are viral diseases like bean yellow mosaic virus and bean leaf roll virus. And for bean leaf roll virus, we have been very successful in breeding for resistance, but not so successful in bean yellow mosaic virus. The other disease in this region, we see chocolate spots, and which occurs in wet seasons, like in 2016. It made quite a bit of problem, but in other years, so when they are in the dry years, we don't get much disease. We are breeding different types of faba bean. You can see here, this is this normal faba bean crop, but on my right here is a different type of faba bean, which we call determinate type. What it does, it produces pods on the top, you can see, and there is no more growth to come, so it stops the growth. And this sort of plant type would be ideal in situation in the south and high rainfall area where there is excessive vegetative growth, and the production is less. So this is a one type we are thinking of to address that problem. But most of our breeding work is concentrated on this type of this normal type of faba bean. And also we are working on herbicide tolerance to different group of herbicide. We are developing lines that are resistant to IMI, and also metribuzin, because we don't have much choice in terms of the weed control for broadleaves. So we are targeting that problem, and those varieties might be available in a couple of years. And also we are working on the improving the protein quality of faba bean. Faba bean is pretty high in protein. It contains about 30% protein, and that so we want to increase not only the quantity but quality of protein. So we are working on that aspect as well. We are standing here in a rust nursery. This is rust nursery here, and it's artificial rust creation here. We transplanted the infected seedlings, and we created a lot of disease pressure for rust here, and all our breeding materials have been planted here to see how good or bad they are in terms of rust resistance. For example, I have a line here which looks very good for rust resistance. Look at their stem, they are green and clean, relatively clean. You see some spots, but we don't have any pull resistance, so this is as good as we can get. And if you look at the bad ones here, they are just adjacent to the next the good plot, and they are really bad. You can see the difference. This year we have a lot of problem with the viral diseases, especially bin yellow mosaic virus, and this is the virus that if it comes early in the season can be fatal, and we are having that problem now because we had a very warm autumn, and also we had quite a bit of rain that created green bridge, and the aphids survive in the medic. And when we planted faba bean, there was no other crops. Faba bean is planted mostly at in the in towards the end of April. There is no mostly there is no other crop, so they come to faba bean. So these aphids which were having feed and medics, they were full of virus, and they came to faba bean and started to bite faba bean, and they transmitted the virus. And when they came, they landed on the plant here, and see, they infected, and they almost kill the plant. And this plant is as good as dead, because it will not produce anything, and it will slowly die. And the other important thing is here, whenever we have bare patch, see here, there is no stubble, there is no other there are no other plants to, so this is a very good environment for aphids to move around. Yeah, so it landed here and it killed the plants, but it doesn't happen to every single, it may not happen to every single plant. This is fine, and here it's infected. One of the ways to minimize this spread of this virus is to have stubble and not to have a bare patch anywhere in the paddock. So good plant establishment, that means good quality of seed, is very important. And this virus, we cannot cure it. Once it infects the plant, that's it. Slowly the plant will die. Even if it doesn't die, it produces very few pods, so it is a very bad disease. As I briefly mentioned before, we are working on different aspects of faba bean for its improvement. We have two important abiotic stresses, heat tolerance and drought tolerance. And to move these projects further, we have a dedicated PhD students. Here I have Terkula Maga, who is an international student, and is working on drought tolerance aspect of faba bean. And I have Erasmus Kiri over there, who is working on the heat tolerance of faba bean. Yeah, one most important thing we have not discussed until now is about the funding. This research is funded by the Grains Research and Development Corporation, and we highly appreciate their support for this faba bean research.